What's going on, fam club? I've actually been gone all week for work, so I'm just now getting back into the swing of things here. Temporal Forces has been out for 2 weeks now. I thought this would be a great time to check in on the market of that and see if the manipulation is still going on. Also, I got some Pokemon deals of the week to share with you, and I got to draw the winners for the Gengar and the Scizor full art cards today, so let's get to it. All right, here we go. I got my trusty tracker pulled up so we can see the market values from the Saturday after release, the Saturday 1 week from release, and then this Saturday 2 weeks after the release. And the set is holding pretty strong. Some of the manipulation that was going on is starting to die down. We're looking right here. If you want to buy every single from this set, it's down to about $800. It was the first Saturday after release. You could get the whole set for about $745. It shot up to $845, a $100 increase. It's now dropped back about $50. Definitely still a strong market value. If you're familiar with my 1,000 pack value, we're looking at almost $1,900 in value from 1,000 packs. I've compared that to other sets in the past, which I have down here. Scarlet and Violet base is about $1,600, so $1,900 is definitely better than that. Although we're still 2 weeks in, Scarlet and Violet base obviously has been out for a while. It's had a lot of time for a lot of market correction. 151, still the king. 3,800 bucks in for the 1,000 pack value. Although packs are going to cost you way more than they are with this set. Paldean Fates 2,300 is second, and this is the next set after that. Now that can obviously change. I don't think that it's going to drop to S&V base level, so I expect it to stay above that $1,600 mark for a while. It's a strong set. It's staying up there. There's a lot of special illustration rares that people are chasing down, but again, it's still early, so we'll see how it plays out. So I thought we'd look at some of the biggest winners and losers over the last week, and with just a little bit of an increase, about 10%, we've got the Iron Crown Hyper Rare, the gold card. It went from 1736 up to 1898. That's a 9.33% increase, which really isn't a lot. And, you know, at any time you could save a buck or two here. And that's essentially what's going on with some of these cards. Like the Drampa illustration rare, it's gone up just a little bit more than the Iron Crown at 9.44%. But that's really only about 44 cents because it's such an inexpensive card. It is a beautiful illustration rare, but it just went from $3.60 up to $3.94. And that had came out of the gate at $3, so it has gone up 25% from that first day after release. But still, again, we're talking about $1. And then the Iron Boulder EX, the hyper rares. There's a lot of hyper rares on this list of cards that have gone up. The ones that have gone up the most. 11% increase on this card from $7.38 to $8.19. It's still down from the Saturday after release by, 10 cents here, 15 cents, but not much. Those hyper rare cards are very hard to get. 1 in 836 packs for each individual one. So by the time you open 836 packs, in theory you should have hit them all, but that's a heck of a lot of booster boxes to do that. I think 24 or 25 booster boxes. So if people are looking to master this set, these are great deals on adding these very difficult to obtain cards because, there's just not a lot of people out there chasing them down. Walk and Wake EX, again, another hyper gold card that went up about 12% from $10.13 to $11.33. Not a huge move, but these are the top movers. Another one that went up 12% is the Gouging Fire Special Illustration Rare. Went from $49.72 up to $55.65, so about a $5 increase there. And that came out of the gate at $39.15. So we found out, a Special Illustration Rare was only going to be in every other booster box. So 2 booster boxes minimum just to grab a Special Illustration Rare has proven to be fairly difficult. And, knowing that, it's kind of surprising that a master set is only going to set you back, sub $1,000, which is fairly reasonable with the pull rates that are in this set. The Raging Bolt Hyper Rare also has gone up about 13%. It went from $12.44 up to $14.05. It's another one that's been gaining over the last week. Salvatore, the ultra rare, has gone from $1.37 up to $1.55. That's a 13% increase, so it's gotten itself on here. That's the, not a lot. We're talking about 18 cents here, and it's just the fact that it's so inexpensive. And 20 cents, it's easy for a card to move 20 cents here and there just on any given day. Overall, it has gone up 13%. If my stocks went up 13% in a week, I'd be super happy. And the biggest mover is Gouging Fire EX Hyper Rare, the gold card. It went from $10.81 up to $16.72. That's a 54% increase. So people are buying that for their decks, and that's shooting the price up, combined with the fact of just how difficult it is to get. And those are the top movers this week. Looking down at the biggest movers in the negative direction, that Gengar EX full art card, the ultra rare, went from $18 and it dropped down to $15. There seemed to be, that is definitely a chase card, but it's not crazy difficult to get compared to other cards. So we're starting to see a decline there. That's only 15% drop, but still it is a drop. And that card came out of the gate at about $11. So it's still up quite a bit, $4 from that original weekend. So that was one of the cards that it paid off to just get it immediately. The Iron Crown EX rare card, that dropped 20% this week. People were picking that up, paying a little bit extra to get it into their decks early on. Over the last week, and even since it stayed around the $10 mark for a week, and then now it's dropped down to $7.70. It's not insanely difficult to get. Comes up one in every 120 packs. So people who are ripping to do their master binders are getting that card a lot, and they don't need the extras. Or people who are ripping to build decks, they get that card a lot, sell it off. So that dropped from $9.54 down to $7.70. That's a 20% decrease. Genshin, the illustration rare, was up to $14, and it's dropped down to $11.12. That's a 20% decrease over the last week. The card is good in the TCG game, and people are building decks around it with a whole bunch of them. They want to bling it out. Morty's Conviction has gone from $2.73 down to $2.14. That's the full art ultra rare card. Again, another 20%. All the rest of these, except for the last one, have dropped in that 22% mark. Buddy Poffin, I left on here. It's an item card. As I said, I just want to bring it up. It's dropped 21%, but if you're ripping and you don't play the game, that is a great card. That is the most important item card, probably. You can certainly get some of your money back on ripping if you bundle 4 of those up and throw it on eBay. You can probably get $5 easily for a set of 4. They're selling for $1.35 right now. The Neo Upper Energy, the A-Spec card, people don't really want it. That's dropped down about 30 cents, which was 22%. It was $1.89, dropped down to $1.49. Again, any given day, that thing could be, this afternoon, it could be back up to $1.90. Just supply and demand and people just changing, different shops coming on. It could also drop down. We got that Snom illustration rare, absolutely beautiful card. Love that card. It dropped down from $3.37 down to $2.62. That's a 22% drop. Iron Crown EX went from $13.88 down to $10.76, a 22% drop. Gouging Fire, the full art card, went from $5.23 down to $4. That's a 23% drop. And the A-Spec Master Ball has dropped down as well. Those are coming up fairly often, but if you're chasing certain ones like the Prime Catcher, it's very difficult to get that thing. 24% drop on that card this week from about $10 down to $7.50. And the biggest drop, 45% drop, was that Ghastly illustration rare, which was super inflated. People trying to manipulate it. People willing to pay way too much. To each their own. That thing came out of the gate at $13 2 weeks ago. It shot up to at least $38. It was $38 when I grabbed it a week ago. It's down to $20.54 right now, a 45% drop over the week. We can pop over in the TCG Player and check out what's going on with some of the cards that were being inflated before. First off, we got the Iron Crown EX. It hit that high mark around the $101, even though there's a lot of people out there saying they don't care or want to collect. It is a gorgeous card. What I say, 55 of these listed right now, or 55 listings. Some people may have multiples. I suspect not a ton of people have multiples on this card. There's a lot of extremely high prices for some of these. I've heard people that do their pricing based off of listed median, but that seems crazy to me because, Why are you? This guy has it for 600. This guy's got it for 300. Why would you base your listing? If you want to sell something and don't want to sit on it forever, you need to price competitively and look at what the first lowest thing is. And if I was going to list this card and I wanted to sell it, I'd be listing it right here, $83. Beat this guy by $1 and get it sold. And I'd be posting it with pictures. Over the last week, we've seen some fair amount of sales of this card around the $85 mark. Just this morning, 6 of them have sold already. 5 yesterday. So it's moving a fair amount on Friday from $80 on up. I think this card will continue on the decline. We'll see how it goes. People are going to continue to open this for a while. I suspect in the next 2 weeks we'll have a much lower market value for that card. People who are trying to manipulate it have probably given up at this point. One of the other cards, obviously, that was being heavily manipulated was this Ghastly. There's now tons on the market here. 163 listings. Trying to click near mint here. And English, which doesn't usually work because, as you can see, there's lots of Japanese. The market price is $20.30. You can see a lot more sales of this in the $20 mark today. I don't know, about 10 to 12 here. This card is obviously going to move a lot more than a very expensive card. But there's tons here. Tons are here. This thing is going to just continue to fall, I think. I'm looking for that $10 mark. The curve is starting to slow down a little bit here. But I suspect, give it another week, we should at least see $15 in another week. And possibly better. It's already starting to creep towards it with some of these sales. All in all, the market for this set is looking really strong. I love that just buying all the singles for the set is only about $800. That's a very reasonable price for people who are trying to master the set. As far as ripping and getting what you want, not so much. It's still quite difficult. So you just got to have fun with your rips. As always, like every set, you can't go buying booster boxes thinking that you're going to get an SIR every time, because you're not. It seems to have hit a good sweet spot where you can open for fun because you kind of have to, or you can just buy the singles and go that route and not spend an exorbitant amount of money to do it. Drop me a comment down below and let me know what you're thinking about Temporal Forces at this point. All right, let's get into some deals of the week. All right, first up, we got some Twilight Masquerade. We only know about half of the secrets that are in this set so far, and there's some fantastic ones in there. We still got some more reveals to go, but if you want to get ahead of the game and pick up some pre-orders now, first off, over at Zulus Games, they got a booster box plus the ETB combo for $139.99 with booster boxes around $100, $105. You're getting that ETB for about $35. This is a pretty good deal there. They do free ship at $100, so if you bought one of these, there'd be no shipping. And they probably won't charge tax. You'll have to see if they do or not. Forge and Fire, they've got the booster boxes for $99.97. Great deal. I don't think you're going to see them any cheaper than this, at least not for a long time. So if you want to lock down a pre-order. Now, Forge and Fire does do $5 shipping no matter what you buy. So ultimately, it's going to be $104.97 here as well. Now, 3G cards, they've got the booster bundles for $18.99. This was the cheapest that I could find them. Great deal. So if you want to get some booster bundles, check out 3G cards. They also have the 3-pack blisters for $19.99 for a set of 2, so they're basically $10 a piece. And this thing has that awesome Snorlax in there, so you definitely got to pick up at least one of those at some point when you're collecting for this set. Revavaroom, I don't know if you care so much about his promo, but he's in the other one. Now, 3G also has Temporal Forces booster bundles for $18.99, the same price. That's a great deal for 6 packs of Temporal Forces in the booster bundle. And they also have the 3-pack blisters, and one has a super cute Cleffa, and the other one is Scizor, also for the same price that they have the Twilight Masquerade on pre-order, $19.99, so $10 each if you want to pick some of those up. Back over at Forge and Fire, they're charging a little bit more for the booster bundles for the Twilight Masquerade, $19.97. But in case the other place sells out and you're looking to pick some up, or you want to get some other things from Forge and Fire, it's a pretty good price. And they have the ETBs for $33.97 on pre-order for that as well. Again, great price for the ETBs since they've gone up to $50 retail. Fortune Fire also has the blisters for $2.99. Great deal. Now, if you really want to save, you can get a whole case of sleeve blisters for $396.99. That's 144 packs. That's basically $2.75 a pack for those. Obviously, booster boxes are way cheaper, but some people like to experiment and get different things, so just pointing them out. Over at Smok and Mirrors, they've got Paradox Rift booster boxes for $97.99. That's a great deal over there. They've also got Temporal Forces for $99.99. They do free ship at $150, so pick up a couple booster boxes. You're going to get a deal over there. Back at Zulus, they're doing a couple combo deals. They got the Paradox Rift booster box plus a Crown Zenith Elite Trainer box for $124.99. That's a fantastic deal. You're essentially getting Paradox Rift for $100 and an ETB for $25. Or you can go the two booster box route, get a Temporal Forces and a Paradox Rift for $194.99. And again, they do free shipping at $100. Now, don't forget to check out my website, AmazingRares.net. I've got tons of great deals. I'm doing my best to beat everyone else. I got the Temporal Forces, 2 ETBs, one of each for $64.99. I just threw up 10 151 booster bundles for MSRP $26.94. I've only got 10. If you buy all 10, it will ship sealed, but my one box of 10 has a razor cut in the top. The distributor cut it and sent it to me that way. So fair warning, if you rush to my site and you buy all 10, there will be a little mark, and I will email you and tell you that that's how it's going to be shipped. I'll send you pictures. And there's lots of other stuff on my site. Check it out. You want to get one of these Paldean Fates sets of tins, to make sure you get that Charizard, $64.99. And I free ship at $150. So make sure you check it out. All right, we're going to draw the winner for the Gengar and Scizor full art cards now. If you left a comment on this video here, the spoiled brat I'm talking about here is me complaining about Temporal Forces hit rates. So if you left a comment there, then I grabbed your name over here in my comment grabber, and your name and your comment shows up like this. So I can see that Just likes turtles. I like turtles too. Here we go. All the comments. If you want to find your comment, make sure I didn't screw up, then there it is. 103 comments. Let's grab all your names and bring it over to the wheel of names. We're going to shuffle it up. I'm going to double check that I'm recording. Can't really show everybody's name because my face is covering it. I can move it. So if you're at the bottom of the list, now you can see it. Now you can't. All right, here we go. Shuffle, 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 shuffle for the winner of Gengar and Scizor. Let's go. Who's it going to be? It's going to Never Cold 808. Congratulations, Never Cold. Send me an email at pokefamclub@gmail.com and I will mail these out to you this week. All right, y'all. I hope you enjoyed the video this week. Make sure you like this video and subscribe if you want more content from me. A lot of work goes into these videos and a lot of time, so I hope you appreciate them. And if you don't, let me know in the comments down below. And if you do, also let me know as well. Catch you guys in the next video.